Welcome to the YouTube Creators Hub podcast, where we help you conquer the internet one video at a time. We cover everything from how to start a YouTube channel to how to make a video go viral. And now, here's your host, the one and only Dusty Porter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 337 of the YouTube Creators Hub podcast, the best YouTube show on the planet. We interview wonderful YouTube creators and just creators in general to help you either start, grow, or monetize your YouTube channel. If you're looking for a behind-the-scenes look of what it takes to be a successful creator on YouTube or just in video in general, this is the show for you. We're brought to you today by the fine folks over at TubeBuddy. If you don't know who or what TubeBuddy is, we had a lot of new folks sign up for TubeBuddy last month using their New Year deals, and I believe they got some really cool deals going on in February as well. If you use our link in the show notes, you will get a free month of using every tool that TubeBuddy has to offer. If you want to know what it is, it's just an amalgamation of just amazing tools that can make your YouTube workflow that much easier. And then coming down the pipeline in the next few months, we all know AI is a hot topic right now, both positive and negative, but TubeBuddy is going to use AI to help you see when and how folks are falling off your videos to help you get better watch time. These are all tools that TubeBuddy releases on a monthly, sometimes weekly basis. And so if you're interested, definitely go check that out for a month, at least for free. And then if you want to, you can cancel then, but I don't think that you will. Also, big deal this month. We are starting our, I'm calling it our Creators Hub Mastermind group. For the first 3 months, we're having an entry price over on patreon.com/DustyPorter if you support us at the $5 tier or higher. Less than a coffee at Starbucks a month, you get access to the Discord server where you can chat with like-minded creators, sometimes past guests and myself, as well as a shout-out on the show here once a month, and now a part of the mastermind group for the first 3 months. And I will tell you, we've had a lot of interest in this, and the price will go up after those first 3 months. So if you want to get in on the entry level, chat with me on a monthly Zoom call, in our mastermind group, go over to patreon.com, support us at that $5 tier or higher. It's just another way you can support the show and help me continue to keep the mics hot here at the YouTube Creators Hub studio. This month, we have Joshua Griffin with the HVAC Guide for Homeowners. We have Stephen R. We have William Foley with Foley Divorce. We have David Stojic, the DIY HVAC guy. We got James Adams with Easy Investing Income. And we have Chase Shelby with Drone Buddy over on YouTube. Thank you all for supporting me on Patreon. It allows me to do this show and make it the best that it possibly can be. Now, don't forget to subscribe to the show wherever you listen to your podcast. We're all over. It doesn't matter what platform you use, we will be there. And if we're not, find me on Twitter at DustyPorterYT, and I'll make sure that I get us there if at all possible. If you think that you or someone you know would be a great fit for the show, please use our link in the show notes to submit that information. We'd love to at least get you on our radar and see kind of who we have in the wings. Right now, I have 6. You heard that right. 6 already recorded podcasts to go out at the beginning of the year, and they are all amazing. And this one, this week, is no different. So without further ado, let's jump into this week's conversation. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's conversation of the YouTube Creators Hub podcast. Super excited today to be joined by Matt. Matt lives in the Netherlands, in Europe, obviously. Born in 1987. We just went over this, he and I off air. We are the same exact age. He is a husband and father of 4 kids. He's running a web design agency, hosting company, and 2 web shops with physical products. He finally started a WordPress tutorial YouTube channel 3 years ago because of friends and family wanting him to share his knowledge that he's accumulated over the years. Matt, how are you doing today?
Hey, Dusty. Well, I'm chasing lives by adding value to the market, so I am fulfilled.
Love it, love it. Well, I cannot wait to chat with you about what you have going on. So your YouTube channel is the WPress Doctor. Obviously, it stands for WordPress Doctor, where you talk about WordPress, do some bunch of short and long form tutorials showing people how to create and build their own websites and make them work to the best of their ability. But I want you to do me a favor, Matt. I want to step back to the beginning 3 years ago of when your friends and family kind of started asking you to start this channel, or at least find a way to distribute your knowledge. Just give us the whole origin story of the WPress Doctor YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, actually, I didn't want to start a channel for years. Friends and family said a long time that I should do it, basically because of my experience on stage and with the niche I'm working in. Because from 2009 till 2019, I gave average one time a week speeches and was changing lives in churches around the country. And for my work, I studied communication and marketing in Amsterdam, working on the online marketing. But um, all this time, family and friends would keep telling me, when are you starting a YouTube channel? So, and the funny thing is, in 2011, a friend of mine worked with Joomla. You know Joomla?
Yes.
Yeah. And it was me who said to him, for 2 years, you should go to WordPress because it's the future. Now, guess what? He started a YouTube channel in 2015 with huge WordPress tutorials, and 8 years later, my friend is making between 10 and 20,000 euros each month.
Oh,
In the meanwhile, he said to me many times, "Oh, you should really go into YouTube because you actually know what you're talking about." And that's true, because most videos about this niche, WordPress tutorials, are from people who actually don't work with clients. And on top of that, when I grew my own business, even my clients start asking, "What is your YouTube channel? Because you explain things so well and so nice. What is your channel?" So finally, I started a channel in 2020, not because of COVID, because it wasn't a big thing yet here in the Netherlands for an entire year. But that's the way my channel started.
I love that story. I love you telling your journey with such passion, and I can't wait to kind of dive deeper into it. So, as far as what to expect on your channel, can you just give a brief synopsis of what you do on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so basically what I do is teach people to how to build a website, but also some really tips and tutorials about the most popular plugins around. Because of my background is online marketing, so you must relate to this in the SEO scene. It is very dependable on search.
Right.
As YouTube is the biggest search engine next to Google, why not make videos that pop up and then, well, help those people bring value to the market, solve their problems? That's what I do.
So I want to jump into your business model, but before I do that, I want to talk with you about just the starting of the YouTube channel, because I have a lot of listeners who are either starting or they're wanting to grow their channel even more than what they have currently. Can you talk about a couple of the roadblocks or a couple of the failures that you may have had early on with growing the channel, and kind of how you got over those mountains?
Absolutely. And the biggest one is my beliefs. Because what you believe that is real will manifest as reality in your life, even though it's completely wrong. And I myself believe 5 big lies. The first one is YouTube is saturated with WordPress tutorial makers. Too many people in my niche. So the second was, I will never stand out of the crowd. The third one is, I need the right gear before to start. I cannot have a big camera of $3,000. The fourth one was, I don't have any experience with content creating. So who's willing to watch my videos? They're so bad. Right. That's actually the fifth one also. I will suck at video editing because I've never done it before.
Right.
And the last one, I don't have the time to do it. With 3 businesses going on, 4 kids, a great spouse, hobbies, sporting, working out. How do you fit this in your life?
Right.
So that were the biggest lies I believed in.
Those are some really big ones. Those are probably some of the most common ones that I hear for sure.
And what really pushed me over the edge to actually go for it, although the beliefs, is actually the insane amount of money is people making in this niche. I'm a businessman, so I have multiple businesses. You introduced me with that. But when I saw these numbers, my jaw dropped.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And there was a moment I watched those numbers over and over again on a holiday. I can still remember that. So once I just stood up, looked all those lies in the eye, and told them, let's see about these lies. Are they actually true, or is it just only my assumption?
Right. So I do want to talk about you being a businessman and the allure of YouTube. People think of YouTube, they think, well, the only reason to get on YouTube is to grow a entertainment channel. when I have education channels like yours based on search and around your business, like what you're doing, it's very unique because your purpose for your videos is completely different than someone doing vlogs or someone doing like a gaming channel. So with that being the case, let's talk about your business plan. So how does YouTube and how is YouTube kind of interwoven with your business plan? How do you use YouTube to make money?
Well, there are multiple ways to create money with YouTube. But first of all, in my experience, I'm really just a noob when it comes to video making. I'm 3 years working now, but my channel is still a little bit small in comparison with others. But the way you can integrate it is just accumulate your knowledge and your passion, throw it into a video that really helps people, and just monetize your content. And the way that YouTube fits into a business plan is actually it creates recurring money. It's not passive income. Don't get me wrong, because passive income does not exist. You always have to do something with that money. But the big difference is, what I thought is, YouTube is actually borderless money, because now your audience is suddenly the whole world.
Yes.
Instead of me building websites for people in my own country.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Now, let's take it a step deeper into what you're doing. I assume you're still helping folks at some level with their websites, but the YouTube and your tutorials are driving people to your website. You're obviously making ad revenue from YouTube. Can you talk about just the different kind of pots that you're kind of using to make money for your business?
Yeah, sure. So I realized one thing with all of my businesses: if you treat it like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby.
Yeah.
And actually, hobbies don't pay you, they cost you. And that's okay. But if you want to make money off it, treat it like a business, and then it will pay you like a business. And you have to, when you start using YouTube as a content creator, you have to move from your own belief system that money doesn't buy happiness. Because that might be true, but having no money sure makes you really unhappy. I know, I've been there a couple of years, and it's not very nice. So when working with YouTube, I have three streams of income. Of course, we have the ads before, during, and after the video. That's 25% of the income. Then you have the bot content. So people actually buy a review from a certain plugin or theme in my niche, and that's 5% of the total income. But 70% of all the income comes from affiliate sales.
Right.
Because in my niche, when I talk about plugins, themes, and hosting companies, they can give you around 50% revenue on the sale that you drive. So that actually really adds up, and it's because they're all electronic products. So the margins are extreme for those companies, and they're glad to share it with you and me.
Yeah. So what happens, for those of you who are listening, some of these companies, for example, like hosting companies, can pay upwards of, I've been an affiliate of a hosting company for a long time. For the purposes of just disclosure, I'm not going to mention who right this second, but sometimes during special deals they run, like affiliate promos or whatever it may be, I may get $100 per sign up. Or per purchase of that hosting plan. And so you can see how that can add up, especially if you're someone who is featured as an authority in that space. And so what Matt means from as far as like they have good margins is because it's a deliverable that can happen as a software, as a service. So it's not a physical product where you have to worry about a delivery driver or a box or any type of physical product. It's actually something that can be delivered within seconds upon completion of ordering that said service or item, whatever it may be. And so as an affiliate marketer, which is what in turn we would be called, we can provide the information, provide the review on YouTube, and then you don't have to get 1 million views. You can get 5,000 views, and if a very small percentage of those views buys that or uses that service, then you're going to get money. And on top of that, a lot of these software sales, you get recurring revenue. And what I mean by that is if they stay a customer of the service and they use your link to do so, you're going to get money maybe small, maybe medium, maybe large, throughout the duration as long as they stay with that company. It's very important to understand how this can add up in the compound effect of affiliate marketing. So I now want to kind of ask you, Matt, on the back of that, what are some tips you would give people who are looking to get into affiliate marketing? They have a rather small or medium size, or maybe even a large channel, but they want to do better. They want to optimize their affiliate links and sales and partnerships. What would you say to those folks?
Well, what I would say is definitely choose some affiliate product that you're passionate about and is actually working for you. Because when you're looking at a video on YouTube, you actually can taste if this guy is real. Because if I'm faking my enthusiasm about a product, then everyone will notice. But when I'm truly dedicated to a product and I love the service, I love the company, and that's why I'm telling you about this product, because I use it myself and I have great experience with it, that's what people buy into. And I've seen it very well because, like you said, if you even have a small channel, in the beginning, I've earned a lot of money in my second year of YouTube. It's even because I didn't have a lot of subscribers. I mean, I was at 5,000 at the end of last year. And still I made thousands of euros, because when you're passionate about your product and you're actually talking to them with your enthusiasm from experience, people will notice.
And you talked about passion for the product. Obviously, you have to have the trust of your audience when it comes to affiliate marketing. What are some best practices on YouTube, like when you are including a link in your video description? Like, what are some best practices to make sure that you do it the right way, that you're not just throwing trash out there? I probably could do a lot more affiliate stuff with my business, but I'm so cautious as to what I put out there, because as soon as I do, it's me saying, as a creator, I trust this company, and as a viewer, this is your real money. These are your real dollars. You're going to be spending on this stuff. It's very important that you understand that you do it the right way.
Yeah, definitely. And what's also important is, why would someone click your link? It is because they like you, of course,
right?
But maybe there's something in it for them. So if you can offer a 10% discount, that's great. Put it in there. And that's even better than just saying, hey, click on this link, you will help me and I will help you, etc. Because you're not adding value to those clicks unless you're offering some discount or some bonuses they can actually get through your link.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Just for example, those of you who listen to this podcast know that TubeBuddy is a partner and a sponsor of this show, but they're also an affiliate of mine that I've been partnered with for almost a decade now. And they're one of the best affiliate programs out there because they're very open, they're very transparent. They're going to let you know how much money you're going to get for each sign up. They're going to let you know kind of how to promote it. And the good affiliate companies that are trying to really bring new folks to their service or product or whatever it is are going to provide you with the tools necessary to make sure that you're presenting it in the right way. So understanding that is very, very important. And just getting your audience's trust in the beginning. And Matt, I don't know if you agree with this, but I always tell people, when you're just starting up, don't include affiliate links in your content, because who trusts you? Like, why would someone click on that link? Other than the fact that you're just trying to make a quick buck. So be very careful about when and how you're providing those links in your video description. Very, very important. I want to ask you, what does your content, when you're creating a video start to finish, what does that look like? Give us the whole rundown of how you make a video.
Good question. Well, of course, the first thing I need to do is get ideas, because when I work in this business, every single day I get a lot of questions and problems from real life clients. Mm-hmm. So that's one way. Then I actually record the video. Hold on. There's one way to get from ideas from clients, but another way is to do some research. We're in the search business. You're also, Dusty, with your channel.
Yes.
I've seen your channel. It's 1,100 videos. I was blown away, man. You're on it for 10 years.
Yes.
I am really deep respect. So, but you also heavily depend on search.
Yes.
People type in YouTube something, and then your video pops up, and then it comes there, and you actually hope that they click it and view it.
Correct.
But as my background was in SEO, I was thinking I'm going to nail this thing in YouTube. But I was wrong, man. this this whole YouTube search algorithm is so much different than making websites ranking Google. It is a whole different game.
It
So
is.
when I have the ideas of the video, I'm gonna record the video, which is a real challenge if you have 4 kids, and I'm actually working in my own house. So I have to do it in the morning when the kids are at school. I have to stop the washing machine and the dryer because they're practically in the same room as me. And after that, I can finally record when it's quiet. And sometimes some neighbor starts drilling, and oh man, it's a lot of work to actually get the recording. And after that, you start the production. So I start Premiere Pro, boot it up, and add in all my stuff in there. And I'm gonna cut a lot away, because while we're talking, you hear me that English is not my mother language, my first language. So I need to edit a lot of it out of the video, because it's not fluently, it is not, I speak the wrong words, or I have to repeat myself twice, or sometimes even 3 or 4 times to say the correct sentence. It is a lot of work, I can tell you that. But after that, creating the thumbnail, which is also a lot of work, because you have to look at, if people type in the search, what other videos will pop up when they see this search query, and what other videos do they see, and will they click on my video? So it has to be really good. I'm still learning how to make real good thumbnails. If you look at my channel, the oldest videos, it's the most ugliest thumbnails ever. But some of those videos have 20,000 views with a really small channel. Why is that? Because it was featured in search. Because I've put a lot of work in making this video pop up when you search from a tutorial, from a different plugin or theme or anything like that. So when it is, I'm going to upload it to YouTube. Then I'm going to write the subtitles for it. I'm going to change it. And after that, I can finally, create the timestamps, and after that, then it's launching.
All right, Matt, now I want to transition over to a question that I love asking. What is something that you wish you would have known sooner on YouTube? Now that you look back and you're 3 years into this thing, something that you're like, man, I wish I would have just known this sooner.
Do not compare yourself to other channels. Really, just don't do it, because it will absolutely cause frustration or depression. I have seen both, because the only thing you should compare yourself to, what I learned in the past 3 years, is without a doubt yourself. It shifts the focus from what you cannot do and where you are not yet to the here and now, so you can actually focus on what to do next to grow. Everybody is on a different path, so just stick to your own statistics. And the only competition you actually have is yourself. So what I do, I created a subscriber counter, and I put it downstairs for all my children to see how it goes and where we're going. And actually, when I hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, we went to celebrate it at some restaurant. And again, with 5,000 subscribers, I said, we're going to celebrate it with restaurants. So my kids were actually cheering me on every day and say, hey, Dad, you can do it. You can do it. Let's go. You have to make a new video and put it out there. So that was actually really fun. But when I started to go off track was comparing myself to people who were already there, like my friend who has more than 300,000 subscribers in the same niche, which is actually one of the biggest channels in the world. And when I start comparing myself to them, there is really, these guys have more than, like you, 10 years experience. How can I compare myself to them? It's insane. So my advice to me 3 years ago was, don't look at others, look at yourself, and go on.
Yeah, it's much easier to say that than it is to do it, right? Like looking at everyone else, and you're just like, man, they're doing so well. Or, I caught myself early on. I would go to other people doing tutorial content, and I would say, oh man, they're killing it. What's wrong with me? But once I put the blinders on, and I said to myself, you're good enough. You can do this. You can add your own spin to this. You can make this interesting. Don't worry about what the other people are doing. It really made a big difference in my channel.
How did it make a difference for you, Dusty?
For me, it really helped me understand that the first thing that I said, that I'm good enough, that I can do it. Like I don't have to do the little things that they're doing. I don't have to add the special effects or whatever it may be. I can do what's been working for me, and I can tweak it, and I can get better every single day. And it made me work harder, to be honest. Like now that I've kind of looked down and kept my head down, I work harder knowing that there's other people out there trying to succeed, trying to do the same things that I'm doing, but there's thousands and thousands of people who have told me every day, hey, your video helped me. Your video is great. Thank you for sharing this. And it really took, like, during COVID, I would have professors from prestigious colleges and, different areas, big churches, they would email me and they'd say, hey, if it wasn't for your video, if it wasn't for your guide on how to do this, I wouldn't have been able to do this specific thing. And so those motivations are very important. And I mentioned this last week in the episode, and I mention it almost weekly. Having a support system is a very big deal. If your spouse or your partner or your family does not support you, it is going to be an uphill battle. So getting everybody on board is a big deal when it comes to YouTube.
Absolutely.
So
that is really important indeed. So, and it helps to actually do that by setting some goals, some family goals.
It does.
It has to be quiet in house so the kids can play and be loud. But why? Because daddy's making a video. But what's in it for me?
Right.
And when that worked for me.
And making them feel a part of it is a very big deal. Are there any tools of the trade that you use, whether it be like hardware or software or something that you'd like to mention that you just could not live without on your journey?
Oh, that's actually very good, because one of my big lies and beliefs was that I hadn't the right gear.
Right.
And I started out, if you're watching my first video, it's recorded with a webcam, just a small webcam. The audio was coming from my iPhone. I put it on there, put the webcam on in my bedroom. I had this background was a green screen. I bought secondhand, and I got 2 soft boxes, also secondhand for someone, really cheap. And I just started creating videos. And then those videos are hard to watch right now because they're over enthusiastic. Because of my staging experience, I was like going crazy on stage. I like that, creating this vibe and this energy. But on video, you can't do that because it's just hard to watch. I'm not Tony Robbins, man. You cannot do that. So the gear is actually the first year I made the first €1,000 I made with YouTube. I invested immediately back into the business and bought myself this 4K camera. That was the first thing. And after that, however, 4K is very nice. And I thought I wanted to go 4K on YouTube, but my whole system, PC, my monitors, nothing could handle 4K quality. Why did I bought it? Because I knew this thing is going to take off. And then with all the money coming in from YouTube, I can reinvest in the business and get myself some really awesome gear. So now I have a beast of a computer. I have 2 4K monitors what I'm working on every single day. This whole studio, you can see it, Dusty. It is all entirely paid with income coming from YouTube. So the gear I needed was a really powerful PC, a good microphone, good lighting. I have a key light here that is more than $400. I mean, it is insane. But when you are able to invest the money back into the business, that is amazing, because now you can actually reap your rewards. And first, you have to just start out with what you have. I mean, there's no excuse if I don't have the gear. No, I didn't have the gear, but it doesn't matter. Just go for it, and let's see where it goes.
Yeah. Absolutely. I absolutely love that. Using that as an excuse is it's invalid. You're just pushing off what you could do now. Between our smartphones and our smart devices and things that we have available to us in the public, that's not an excuse anymore. The budget-friendly way of starting a YouTube channel is very much viable, and being able to do that is important. Now, Matt, what is next for you in the channel? Like short-term and long-term, like what are you looking to do? Where are you looking to take the channel?
Well, in the short term, I really want to create better videos, because when I look at my statistics, I'm not impressed. I mean, a lot of people are just clicking on it, watching a short while, leaving the video. So the biggest question I'm always asking myself, what actually works for my audience? And I'm a type of guy that just goes for it. So I'm looking to improve things constantly. And it is really hard, to be honest, because the flow of the video, how fast am I talking? Can you see me through the entire video, or sometimes only the intro, or not at all? Should I use animated titles, B-roll, camera shot? It is such a big puzzle. So when you shift your focus, when I shift my focus from what I want to create instead of what would my audience really like to see and what can I help them with, this instant feedback is so amazing. You get so much love from YouTube. You already said it. You get all these comments. You really help me out. But it really helps to actually make your videos better in the short term. But it's a big puzzle. It is mind-blowing, and I'm constantly changing things and improving, trying to see what works, what does not work. It is really a puzzle. And on the long term, well, there's only one really goal that is interesting, that is not subscribers goals. I don't, they're nice, but in my niche, people are actually want to solve a problem. So they watch my video, the problem is solved, they thank me for it most of the time in the comments, and then they just go on with their lives. So subscribing to my channel is really not that big of a thing, I think. I actually don't know exactly if it works that way, but that's my feeling, because the views are very high. People see the problems, they thank me, but the subscriber count is not really following that trend. So I'm only at, I think, 9,000 subscribers almost now. But on the long run, the only goal that you can actually, the numbers you can steer upon are what is your goal, and that is actually making the money with YouTube as a business. So on the long term, I really want to make some big bucks with YouTube, if I can say it like that.
No, you can say it like that. And I want to ask you a follow-up. I normally don't do this, but I'm very curious. How do you decide what to focus on with all of that, and you're trying to get to where you want to get to? How do you decide as a creator, as a father, as a family man, all right, I need to focus on this?
You mean like subjects, or
just as far as like what to work on in the YouTube business, on the YouTube channel? Like how do you decide what to focus on? Because there's so many things that we could be doing as a creator.
Oh yeah.
How do you hone in on like just that one thing?
Well, that's really interesting. What do I do is, and what I always advise everyone before you start a business or do anything, become a student of the business. So read everything you can about how does this thing actually work. Read all the books you can, watch all the seminars, listen to all the podcasts. That's how I came in contact with you, Dusty. You just need to become a student, and after that you hear someone saying something about try to A/B test your thumbnails, or try to improve the picture on your thumbnails. And I was like, man, I have never thought about it. Let's put that into practice right now. Read, apply. That's the way you should do it. So basically, you just listen to interviews and you hear something and you say, I've never thought about that. Let's look at this part of my channel, zoom into this one and make it better. So every other video in the next run will be better. And don't postpone creating videos, because when I started last year, I said I'm going to do a video every single week. Now, when you're applying all these different changes, then you get really good at it, applying it to every single video. And if you make a lot of videos, you actually get better at creating more videos with better content, better quality each single time.
Yeah, I could not agree more. Matt, you have been an awesome guest for me today. All of his links will be down below. It would be WPress Doctor, so that's WPress Doctor over on YouTube. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much, my friend, and we will talk to you next time.
Thank you, Dusty, for your time and having me on the show.
You've been listening to the YouTube Creators Podcast. We want to thank you and invite you to subscribe to the show, as well as support us on Patreon for great perks, such as having your YouTube channel featured on the show and a link on our website. Until next time, keep uploading those videos.